Welcome to the notes for the election of 1800, Adams versus Jefferson. I am going to talk you through these notes. I want you to take notes just like you regularly do. The underlined stuff is important and stuff you might want to write down. And I will give you my running commentary, just like I'm giving you notes in class. Okay, so let's get started. The election of 1800. Federalists versus Democratic Republicans. It's the first time that two parties ran against each other. What happened in the Washington and Adams administration is that, especially in the Adams administration, that the two sides started to coalesce around Hamilton and Jefferson. And so Hamilton's side became were the Federalists, and Jefferson became the Democratic Republicans. They didn't campaign in the election of 1800, but they set up newspapers, and they were set up by both sides and financed by their friends, and they criticized other people. Uh, Actually, guy James T. Callender was put in jail for 9 months under the Alien and Sedition Acts and fined a whole lot of money because of what he said about Adams. They called each other names, and it was very nasty. Adams ultimately lost for he was blamed for the Alien and Sedition Acts, high taxes, and an unpopular standing army. People who followed Jefferson thought that we should not have a very large standing army because it would become a danger that the federal government could use to trample on rights. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to click on the Election of 1800 video and questions. The link is going to be in the description here below. And so I want you to click on that, and I want you to watch that video and then answer the questions. And then come on back here. Hit pause. Okay, we're back. All right, so this is the election of 1800. And you see what happens here is that Jefferson, the Democratic Republicans got 73 electoral votes, and the Federalists got 65 electoral votes. And this was not a direct election. This was it was the election was run in the way that it was in the Constitution, where the state legislatures were sending people to the Electoral College. So you'll see weird things like Pennsylvania is split in two. Democratic Republicans got 8, and the um, the Federalists got 7. All right, so we have here Jefferson clearly wins. Well, it actually turned out to be a tie. Under the Constitution, if you'll remember, the electors voted twice, and they voted for 2 people. And the first person who won was supposed to be president, and the person who came in second was vice president. That's how we got the mess with Adams and Jefferson. Adams being a Federalist, and then Jefferson being his vice president, who was a Democratic Republican who basically undermined Adams every chance he could. So, they ran as a ticket, Jefferson and Aaron Burr, and they each received 73 electoral votes. One of the electors was supposed to flip and not vote for Burr and only give him 72 electoral votes and throw his vote away on somebody else. But they didn't do that. So it was a tie, and neither candidate got the electoral votes they needed to win. So, according to the House Constitution, the House of Representatives would need to choose the president. So Adams stepped out and just went back to Massachusetts. He didn't support anybody. After 36 ballots, the House of Representatives finally chose Thomas Jefferson as president. The 12th Amendment was then passed after this to avoid this mess again, and gives us our current system with the popular vote determines the electors. In each state has a certain amount of electors, but they still have the Electoral College, but it replaces the system. Some people call this the Revolution of 1800. It is the first peaceful transfer of power from one group to another in American history. Okay, if you'd like, you can click on Hamilton, the election of 1800. That is down there in the description, and that's it. Now go to the next Oh, that's not it.